Hi everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here to do a Scrapping Wonders Traveler's Notebook spread and using the flash challenge from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. So I am going to work in my This is 30 Traveler's Notebook today, and I am using this sketch. So that sketch is from the beautiful and talented Christina Sorge, who created that for my 30 days of sketches back in September. And I challenge our Secret Not Secret Kit Club members to use this sketch for last week's flash challenge. So if you're a part of that group, you would know every week I try to do what I call a flash challenge. So something small, but to get your juices flowing, use up your kit if you have it, or use your stash in different ways, and just kind of to get you to help you to scrap within the week sometime. And normally you get, I normally post it on a Thursday, and you have until that following Monday, like late Monday, to play along, which I think is pretty good because most people have to scrap during the weekends, I find, especially if you work. That's how I have to do it when I am working. And that's kind of where this idea came from. And I really wanted to re-highlight this sketch because I just loved it so much. And so the idea here is to go ahead and use some 6x6 papers I have had in my stash. I believe this is it's a Dear Lizzie line or an Amy Tangerine line or a little mix of both. I'm not exactly sure because these are all I had separated them by colors and different things because I had used up most of the paper pads. But I realized these colors went together really well. So that is where they've come from. It's just a pile of 6x6 papers that I'm trying to get used up. And I really loved that one. That one I know is an Amy Tangerine, the teal, because it had a border on it. So while I was following the sketch with the angles, it worked really well to help highlight that triangular angle that I was trying to do there. And the two photos I am using are adorable, funny little photos I took back earlier I took this summer. And it's so funny because Sean heads to work very early in the morning. He is up by 5 and he leaves the house before 6 most of the time because of traffic. And so it never fails that normally one of them, Nora is normally up for a feed right around then, at least she was during the summer, and Jackson would wake up and crawl into bed and he'd fall back asleep most of the time, or he'd just want to cuddle a little bit, and I'd have one of them right by my head like Jackson is there, and Nora would be somewhere close by. She couldn't really move very much at that time, so it was a lot easier, but she'd just be sitting there jibber jabbering away. It was really cute, and it was just one of those moments I wanted to remember because they're not going to be this age ever again. And Miss Nora has already started to crawl, so that stage is already done with. So it's just one of those things I really want to just highlight in this album of mine that I'm trying to do. I originally wanted to have every single day be documented, but that's just not reasonable. I don't do things that I need to remember every single day, right? So I decided to instead highlight the things that are the most meaningful to me, or that I think I'd really like to remember as I flip through this. And my goal is to have one traveler's notebook for every 3 months. So I have 4 in total, right? That goes into 12. So this one that I'm working on right now is my very first one, and it should highlight, because my birthday's on the 15th, which is nice. It's the middle of the month. So the middle of July, all the way to the middle of August, to the middle of September, to the middle of October. So that will help highlight, the first 3 months of being 30, and then the next one will highlight the next one, and so forth and so on, so forth and so on. And I just, I'm really been enjoying this. I don't have a lot done. I only have, I think, 3 pages now, but I really love it. This might be my favorite kind of project I've been doing, and I'm obsessed with traveler's notebooks now, and the quality of the ones that you can get from Scrapping Wonders are so good that it's worth it. And Beth has them so reasonably priced that you could buy, if you had a project and you wanted 4 albums, you could buy all 4 of them at once, because she does such an amazing job with them. And and all of that. So I appreciate that from her and her small business that she's trying to grow into great and wonderful things. I also know that I personally prefer the mixed media paper when it comes to scrapbooking on my traveler's notebooks. If it's watercolors or something like that, I like the Tomoe River paper better. But when it comes to this type of journaling that I'm doing, I really like the mixed media. I find it holds up best for my usage and what I want. Everyone is a little different on what they prefer. If you are more of a watercolor type person, you'll want the watercolor paper or the Tomoe River paper. And I know Sarah Scraps swears by the Tomoe River paper, so just go ahead and if you're new to it, maybe ask Beth. I know she was having like samples of what they were like, so you could ask her questions, anything like that. She's more than willing to help you figure out what's best for you. And she currently has some beautiful fall traveler's notebooks in her shop, so make sure to go check those out because they're awesome. And she's already working on her Christmas ones, and she's watercolored some, and let me tell you, they are the prettiest things I've ever seen. So go ahead and check all those out at Scrapping Wonders shop. And as I jabbered away, I completely forgot to tell you what I was doing on my layout, but I followed the sketch pretty closely, added just a few embellishments, pretty minimal. I did title it Early Morning Cuddles because that's what was going on. My journaling came from what I had written on my Instagram photo when I snapped it. There's a look at the sketch again and my finished layout. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will be back soon with another Traveler's Notebook spread. Bye!